So welcome to our new podcast called Juega sin... Se me fue el nombre del podcast, güey. I forgot the name of the podcast.
I'm about to say you're gonna have to say it in English too. So that was gonna be my question. What is that in English?
I was thinking about translating. Give me.
I asked you. Don't worry about it.
No, it's fine.
Bloopers.
Cut. Okay, ya. Okay. ¿Cómo dirías latidos de juego en inglés? Okay. So welcome to the new podcast called Latidos de Juego. We're here with the national quarterback from the States, HOUSH.
First off, let's rewind. What's the name of the podcast in English?
I don't know how to translate it, but like heartbeats for the game.
Okay.
It's called about like the pressure, trying to normalize players as you, because they only see on media the best plays, talk about you, but they don't know you as a person that also has pressure. Some have some different ideas for it and things to talk about.
So I guess we could say the heartbeat behind the game.
Yeah, that would be the correct translation for the name of the podcast. We're having him here for a clinic in Mexico. I know I always do videos, but also the idea is bring people as him that has, and it's a reference on the world for the sport, and attract more and more people, little kids to play. Now that it has become an Olympic game, we have several years to prepare for that. He has been prepared even more years after and before the announcement. So we want kids that get into the game. How do you feel that more little kids see you, more little kids follow you, your steps, and are trying to be the best players they can?
I think me as a kid, I grew up watching NFL players. I went to their training camps and things like that. My mama had me very much involved with watching the NFL players play. And those guys used to walk around, sign autographs, take photos. So now that I'm in that type of spotlight now, I try to give that as much as possible. So I go around, take pictures, autographs. Really, it's just a blessing, you know. And then to see all those kids looking up to somebody that never would have thought I would be in this position. I mean, it's a great, surreal feeling. It's awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's also like a different pressure. Like having flag, it's a different option about like, we could say the NFL sport, but it has a complete different thing on abilities you have to have, on ways you need to run, on ways to throw the ball. It's a quicker game. It's a game more about reaction and not about just like thinking. Also, you have to have all your strategy. I know the States is gonna be in a hard positions for the Olympic, and I'm really proud that you're gonna be the face of it. I know you're gonna be representing a lot of kids. How do you know, like, what will you tell to every kid that it's now having the pressure of being an athlete and a student at the same time? Some kids, it helps that pressure of being an athlete student because they can shut down their mind, but for others it can be a stress thing.
I think first off, as a kid or a young adult, their grades is always number one. You always have to at least pass in school to even play on the teams, you know. So first off, you always start off, you know, with your grades, your homework, your test studying, because when you become to a certain level, you're gonna have to know how to study the plays and the playbooks that if you plan on being an NFL player or a flag football player, you have to learn the playbooks. You have to know the plays. So that's a part of studying. So you start off studying by, you know, school. But I would say, I heard something the other day and it made a lot of sense when you speak about the Olympics. I never would have thought that flag football would be in the Olympics, and now it's here. And now I've heard myself say, you know, I just want to be a part of the Olympics. I want to be there. And then I listened to Jameis Winston the other day, former quarterback of the Saints, and he said part of the reason why he wasn't as successful was because when he grew up, he wanted to make it to the NFL. He didn't dream of winning the Super Bowl. He didn't dream of those things. And for me, I want to win in the Olympics. So for the kids, if they want to be a professional flag football player or they want to be in the Olympics, dream of winning the Olympics. Don't dream of just making it to it, because you're setting yourself up for being less than what you're able to accomplish.
And what does it mean for you to be part of probably the first gold medal for the States on this sport? I know it's different, like winning a medal or some championships on your league, but now you're talking about like the whole country, a whole new sport, opening like new doors, new opportunities. How do you feel about being that part?
I'm not gonna overstep the next few years because I still have to get through this year of winning. We go to Panama, of course, so that's my focus. And then the following year, still have to focus on that. And they just recently announced that it's going to be in Germany for the World Championship. So I'm still just taking it year by year before I actually set my mind up to say, oh, the Olympics.
We're going to be there.
Yeah, I can't overthink right now, especially me being one of the older players. So I still have to go out, train, work out, and continue to learn and adjust as this game continues to grow.
And how does a day look for you on your daily routine to work out? Probably just field sessions, probably gym field sessions. What else you can do to prepare yourself?
I do some field sessions throughout the week, but I also go in the gym. So if I'm not on the field, I have friends with me that not only want to better themselves, but want me to succeed as well. So they give me that pressure to push through, to fight through. When I don't feel like going work out, they're like, no, we're going. And then those days where I'm up to go, I pressure them, like, no, we going. So I keep a circle around me that not only wants to see me succeed, but also want to succeed within themselves. So sometimes you have to put a group around you that wants the best for you and not try to take advantage of the person you are.
Yeah, you're talking about like people that take advantage and always having like a good level in sport. There's gonna be haters, people around you throwing negative stuff. How important is having your constant like circle around you to push you up, like failures on like good days and cheering you up, to like clarify all your mind about all the noise around?
Yeah, I learned over time that some of the people closest to you can be some of the worst people mentally for you. And you have some people that doesn't see your dream, and that's not for them to see, it's only for you. And that's one of the things I had to realize, and I had to kind of separate myself from certain people because they wouldn't see the same dreams that I saw. And for me to be outspoken, and there was a quote that I just recently seen. I've been doing a lot of research and stuff, and it said the worst fear for a person is what the crowd thinks of you. Yeah. And once you get that fear out, then you have nothing to worry about in that aspect. So I just go out and try to do my best within whatever I'm capable of doing. And I feel like that's for everybody. You know, put people around you that want you to succeed, and that's how you become successful.
People always see on media or on games like only the results you do physically on matches and everything, but can you share any experience it was like really mentally broken and you just needed to hold up for your team as a quarterback, as a representative of the team?
I would say I've been more so the person that if I wasn't playing quarterback, I was the person that they'll put in for last minute situation. But I've also been in a situation where I wasn't producing well, and I had somebody that I was able to lean on to help me get in the rhythm. And I'll say his name, Brandon McCray. He was one of the guys that I looked up to, and he was able to just help me get in rhythm. So I threw the ball back to him. He made some throws until I'm able to get my mind right. And I could say that was one of the games that was probably my toughest mentally. But it's also about getting in the rhythm and you know, trusting yourself, trusting your instincts, and just being confident in your ability. And from that point on, it helped me grow as a player.
There are a lot of teams that are going to be and represent a challenging countries. What would you say it will be the country it will represent on the games? A really good match to watch?
I think going into continentals, I would say, of course, Mexico, Canada, and Panama. I think we would probably be the top four. I think that may be the top four right now. But I'm not going to overlook any other country as well. You know, anybody could come out and win. You know,
it always happens that on flag football. Like you could think, okay, this match is going to be easy, and on the field, it's a completely different story. It also depends how you are going to be on your state of mind that day and how the other teams also want that. I
think, you know, from the World Championships last year when Mexico played Austria, and, you know, those guys play hard, both sides. Yeah. And, you know, Mexico was upset in that game. But then going into the bronze game, Switzerland upset some people. And I'm just speaking on the men's side. Switzerland upset some other teams, and they was able to upset Mexico for bronze, which we would have never seen. So you can never underestimate any of these teams going into competition. I think women-wise, if we're going to talk about women-wise, of course, I think USA, Mexico are the top two. Canada is
Yeah. They have
top
been
three.
surprising the rest.
Top three.
Yeah, that's true.
US, Mexico, and Canada. I'm not even going to say two because Canada is a great country as well for the women.
They had been surprising recently on the games. I have seen Canada, and they have been leveling up their game really quick.
Yeah. And then I would say maybe Japan or Austria probably for the fourth and fifth seed. Panama, I haven't been seeing them too much lately, but they normally have some good athletes as well. But I think the top three would be US, Canada, and Mexico.
Yeah, we know you right now as a former and professional player, but when did you actually started on your life to play flag football? What was like your first, I don't know, touch to the sport?
So I actually started playing when I was like a kid, second, third grade. But they didn't have all these opportunities that they have now. I was playing for my school. We just had flag football as the school, and we may play 6 games for the season, and that was it. So I grew up playing like that, and then I just played football in my neighborhood. I was one of those kids that was always outside. I came up during a time where technology wasn't what it is today, and I stayed outside. I always played football outside. And then through high school, I played tackle 1 year, but then I ran track. And I also do bowling. That's my other sport. But then once I finished and I went to college, I got back into the adult scene. I played for my school, but I also played as an adult. And I just continued to learn. And I've been playing from, let's say, 2007 to now as an adult.
That's how it makes you a pro athlete right now. Kids right now have a lot of opportunities to go internationally that probably you didn't have. So it's really admirable what you do for the sports, for your country, for everything in personal life. What would you say it was like one of the happiest probably games when you were a kid? Because sometimes when you're a kid, you have different pressure on yourself. Like you have a lot of stuff going on. And I will not say the phrase taking it serious because it's serious when you're young, but like there's some moments and emotions you only feel when you're a kid that right now you just probably feel like they're just going to happen, or you know that
I would say I remember scoring my first touchdown as a young kid. That probably was like the most exciting because my team wasn't really good.
Okay.
And then we was playing like second grade was playing with like middle schoolers, so we wasn't really able to compete. But I think that was probably my high moment as a kid. But also I had lows where I was hurt. I was the star player, of course. I had pulled my hamstring, so I wasn't able to produce as much. So I felt like I let my team down. So I had ups and downs as well. But then, I mean, even going into as an adult, I felt like my teams always rely heavily on me. So I always try to stay healthy as much as possible.
Yeah, that's true. Always the first out, we never forget it. It doesn't matter anything. You always have it, like the video in your head about going on, the first touchdown. It always means a lot. I know, I don't know. It's hard to say, like, what would you say to these youngest generations to take advantage about all the opportunities they have right now?
Yeah, don't take any of the opportunities for granted because nothing is promised. But y'all have opportunity to do things that we as adults never had. And you also have a future with flag football that we never would have known to this present day. So to continue to work and strive and be whatever you want to be. Don't never let anyone tell you what you can't do. I think flag football hasn't even reached the top yet because I think it is going to become a professional league or something maybe in regards to how soccer is played because flag football is played all over the world now. It's not just in North America or whatever you want to call it. So it's so much opportunities that's going to be there for these kids, and I'm just ready to witness how far it can go.
Yeah, I know tackle football and flag football are really separate, but do you think like if a kid plays flag football could help in tackle? I have seen that, and it's brutally the agility you got here.
Yeah, I think skill position wise, so like receivers and cornerbacks. I think those are the two premium positions that would translate better. Because if you're able to run routes as a flag football person, you could kind of set up routes and work on different things. The difficult transition will be getting touched and tackled. You know what I'm saying? The cornerback putting their hands on you. But I think as a cornerback, if you're able to cover a flag football receiver that you can't touch, that helps translate very well in tackle. So I think those two are the premium positions that would be best from flag to tackle.
Because I have seen some little kids that practice both, and they've become like unstoppable in the field, and that's crazy. Because people would think it's just like a different. I know it's a different sport, but they think that they are not kind of related sometimes, or they are just the same, but not with equipment, and they are not the same. You can have different things, but still translate the sport.
For sure. I think receiver-wise, their footwork would be better. But I think it's just the timing too that they would have to adjust from tackle to flag. But I mean, the transition is definitely they're able to produce for sure.
What will be the thing you will think it's the hardest to start in tackle? Well, in flag football, the hands or either the footwork, or it's more the mental stuff. Because we could only say it's the physical stuff, but if you prepare every day, you could be there, like on the level you want. But sometimes the mental thing about probably if you get hurt, broke any like bone or thing like that, takes you down, and then recover about that, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I would say the worst injury I've sustained was a torn groin.
Okay.
I tore my groin, and I didn't go to physical therapy. I kind of did it myself, and I've never been the same since. So I understand when athletes go through some of their injuries. God bless me not to, knock on something wood,
On some wood.
that I can stay healthy. But it's definitely tough seeing some of your teammates or people that you love and care about going through those times, because it's depressing. And all they want to do is just be out there, and you never know if you're going to be the same after your recovery.
Yeah, because sometimes recover about an injury, it can be hard because you can think you're not made for that sport. And even more when you start the sport, when probably you have a lot of time, it's going to be another way.
Your mental health.
Yeah, your mental health. It's an important stuff to talk about in sports in general, not only probably on our sport, but in sports, it's something they don't talk about. They just only see you as an indestructible athlete that can do pro things, probably jump, run really fast. They don't see what's behind that, and it's all the preparation you need to have for that.
Yeah, when the things happen with me, I kind of got a new respect for a lot of those athletes, knowing that if they do one thing wrong, that the whole world is watching them, and you have some hate stuff. So when people say they getting death threats or hate mail and hate this, hate that, I understand it because I went through it. And it's definitely not a good feeling. But you have to have strong mental health. Your mental has to be very strong when you're playing sports, and that's off the field and on the field. So it's definitely tough for an athlete.
Also, I have another question. Like, probably me as someone has like few time on the sports. Whenever I go out on the field or run out like a route, my mind is thinking about like, okay, just run and then catch the ball. I have talked with some pro athletes, and they have told me that whenever they are on the field, they have their mind on blank. You just don't think. If you think it out, then you're gonna fail the pass or something. What is on your mind before the game or during the game? What it's also on blank.
I try not to think about, like you said, nothing. But going into it, just say my prayers and just hope for the best. Communicate with my teammates, but a lot of times when the games first start for me, I'm more quiet because I'm just trying to be a little more focused. But I don't think about what I need to do, because when you think about, how short I need to throw the ball, how far I need to throw the ball, or how fast I need to run, or what type of moves I fail, or if I'm trying to think about how I should catch the football, should I catch it like this, should I catch it like this? That's when I drop the ball, So I try not to think, I just play and react. And I think that's the best part about it, just reacting, not thinking about it, because when you're thinking about it, you're not reacting. So I would say don't think, just play.
And that's a mistake also people that start on the sport make. They are probably having their voice of their dad, mom, that they are pressuring, or their self-pressure, probably the coach pressure, and then you just start thinking about things and then don't be on the game.
They say, I like to say, well, if you mess up, You know what I'm saying? When I would coach and I had players, I tell them it's okay to mess up. Everybody's gonna mess up, but don't continue to make those same mistakes. You learn from your mistakes and move on. And as a quarterback, okay, if I throw an interception, yeah, I'm mad about it, but I can't dwell on that previous play because that's over with. It happened. Let me move on, and now hopefully I can throw a touchdown or I'll run a touchdown or whatever the case is. I have to let that go.
Yeah.
But I try to get some adrenaline flowing from it, get upset and make me play a little harder, but I'm not gonna think about that previous play.
And that's a cool thing I think our sport has, that you count with a new opportunity, new offense, new defense, so you just got like to change it out. If you just think about like a whole game until it ended up and then play another game to make it right, then you'll be done. That's a cool thing. And
I think with sports, teammates are one of the biggest things that a person could have. When it comes to confidence, if your teammates are confident in you, it's one of the greatest feelings to have. But if they're not confident in you, then that's when that player kind of goes through the mental health, and mentally is like, I don't know what to do, so now they're not producing as well. So I always tell my teammates or tell the kids or whatever, and keep encouraging your team. I always encourage my teammate, if you drop the football, that's all right, I'm gonna still throw you the football. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you can't catch, get up. Like, I'm not gonna bring them down. I always try to pick my teammates up, and I think that goes a long way in sports.
what would you say, how much you can rely on a coach on a game, how it is important for the preparation and everything?
I think preparation is very important because you need to go in knowing what you're doing. You don't want to be second guessing whatever you have going on, and you don't want to regret any plays that you might leave on the field. So I always try to go in prepared, go in knowing what I want to do, what I need to do. And then, if I leave plays on the field, I think about them and I'll be better for the next time. But I try to go in the game to have no regrets upon whatever I did on the field.
Yeah. What do you say about like the ideal coaching style for kids? Sometimes, I don't know how it works in the States, but in Mexico we have some like coaches that are really talking
really
loud,
aggressive.
screaming, aggressive, probably saying bad words at you. For some players that works, I see that they make them have some anger to play better. For other ones that are more sensible, that type of coaching doesn't work. There are some coaches that play sometimes aggressive on the defense, aggressive on the offense.
That's not only kids, that's adults as well. But I'm not that coach that's gonna when I'm dealing with kids.
Yeah.
I won't curse at them. I won't do those things, but I will fuss at them and tell them what they're doing wrong and what they need to do right. But cursing at them and being aggressive with them, that doesn't change what happened. It's okay that, people are upset, but you have to learn, in order for them to understand, they need to listen. And if you're screaming at them, some kids tune you out. And adults do the same thing. Like, I'm not going to listen to nothing you're saying because the way you're talking to me. So I've learned that certain people you can do that with and certain people you can't. And some people won't get offense to me screaming at them, and some people will. So I kind of have to talk to this person this way, and I can scream at that person. Because when I talk to this person this way, they're not listening. But when I scream at them, they listen. So it's just knowing your players, whether they're kids or adults. So I don't think it's a right or wrong. It's just understanding your personnel and who's going to listen at the end of the day.
That's true, and that becomes alongside with all your preparation, with your dealing with people, that you get to know which people would react and activate something to become a better player, and with who you are going to destroy them or even make them don't like the sport. And that's what we don't want here. We want more people joining, more people loving it. Not only like something to do, but because something they want to like have as a hobby, as a rely on, or as a professional thing. Just to closure this up, what will be a message you will give us your younger self player to HOUSH that now is on a big level, and probably he had a lot of insecurities when he was young?
I think it was always confidence. Being confident in yourself, your abilities, because I was I'm a small stature person, so I wasn't the biggest, even as a kid, of course. So people saying, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that, and hearing it and listening to it versus me going to do what I know I'm capable of doing and being confident in myself. And I think that's part of why I'm in my situation now, because I stopped listening to the other crowd. I kind of stayed confident in myself So that's why I came up with the phrase, be confident, be humble, but be yourself. Because at the end of the day, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do or can't accomplish, because I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if I listened to the other world, the other part of the world or the outsider. So that, I will always say be confident.
So yeah, guys, we have here one of the biggest athletes, not only for the sport, but for his country. HOUSH, he has his brand right now wearing, if you guys want to see it and check it out.
We're going to have some more H7 athletic brand coming out soon. I have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. This is just the beginning. And hey, at the end of the day, this is the heartbeat behind the field. That's the name of it, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much?
the name in English.
Yeah, in English, just the heartbeat behind the field.
So yeah, we have here someone writing his own story, and we would like to follow his next steps and preparations for the sports and probably for the Olympics. Why not? See you soon.
Salute.
Bye. Thank you. We made out. Sometimes I got nervous. I was like thinking, what else?
That's okay. Just not. It's tough for me, and that's what my management team. They're like, look, you got to start doing this. When you go and work out, you need to start doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. I'm not used to just doing stuff with a camera.
I always got like out of creativity ideas. I just been doing like travel blogs, so I started recording like my practice days, my game field sessions, and people start liking it. So I become like influencers for the sport.
What you want to do for yourself.
I would like to get better on the sport, but I know I need to prepare.
But you're putting more pressure on yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's understandable though, if you can handle the pressure.
Yeah.
And that's the key. Like, okay, I put this pressure on myself, but I have to be able to handle this pressure. And that's what I go through. Like, I didn't say what I said. So last year I was really stressed out. It was nights I cried. And I had put a lot of pressure on myself with the statement, but then it was like, that's what I believe in. And I'm gonna stand by what I believe in my statement. And we went out, we produced, we played great as a team. We was able to win gold, and it was like still right after that, after we won gold, that didn't change nothing that I said. People said, oh, yeah, they did this, did that. Yeah, but he's still not gonna do this when it comes to Olympics. And so it didn't matter what I did. So it's like, okay, well.
They still were really judgy to you. So
yeah, it don't matter. So just, you have to do it for yourself. If you wanna be better for yourself, not for that audience.
No, it's crazy. I got stuck in a moment that I stopped doing music, and then I talked back to my producer and see that they were like growing up on the music industry and everything, and I was like, dude, what, I'm still sitting here and not continuing doing music? So I went back on that, and then he got yesterday a big concert with someone that it's really recognized in like Latin music. And right now he told me like, hey, I show up your new song to one of the singers that it's really cool in that area. And I was like, dude, why am I getting stuck on this? That's why I came dressed like this, because I thought I was going to take some pictures for the new cover of the song. But I got with all these topics of the clinic, so probably next week I'll do that. But yeah.
Like for me, I'm trying to do this. I need to, my management team is telling me, to push myself, get out there a little more. And me, I'm like, I'm gonna just go play. Yeah. And I don't think about these things. When I go to the gym, I'm not thinking about, oh, I need to set a camera up, or I'm just going to work out. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, record this exercise, but after the exercise, I want to record more of the things we're doing, but then I forget.
Yeah.
And by the time I forgot, we done went through that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not doing it again. So it's whatever you believe in. And it seems like you know where you want to go. Shit, you have a bright future. Your dad talked about you a lot yesterday.
Sorry for that.
No, it was good. Like he just was saying, you in a lot of different avenues. Yeah. And that's awesome. I mean, technology is technology and shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a lot. I'm trying to launch a podcast, the music thing. I want to do some concerts this year.
You're young, so the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I want to keep on preparing myself for the sports. Whenever I have games, at least people that are my fans and go there, they don't see me, throw the ball out on on doing a route of stop and then pushing the ball. I don't want that. So I don't know, but I want to do all that. And whenever I got some more stuff, I'll invite you.
How often do you train with football?
Every day I go to the gym, and on the afternoons I do just 2-day practice, because the other days I do administrative stuff.
So who practices with you?
We have now a coach that is playing for the national team for the girls. So
Okay.
she's our coach right
okay.
now. Yeah, because I want someone that is prepared, you know?
You need to. One of the things you need to work on for sure. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I'll tell you like one thing that can be your strength. Your strength is your height.
Yeah.
I don't know your speed, but you already have a strength, and that's your height. So one of the things you need to for sure work on is high pointing the ball.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means when I say
Like jump for the ball you're talking about? Yeah.
that? Yeah.
And I'm working on like jumping these little stairs you have on the gym to get more high to jump. Because I know I'm told, and if the players in Mexico, they are like,
Yeah.
I don't know, around like they're less.
You're
tall.
probably. I think you were my height or a little taller than me.
I don't know, probably I'm taller, but I'm not jumping.
Like that's the little things that people don't think about, but that is something that you could easily do without when you're bored. When you're done with that, hey, I'm about to just give me a tennis ball, just throw it off the wall,
Throw
jump
it
and
out.
catch, and it's gonna work on your hands, your eyes and hands,
Yeah.
but also you just high pointing the ball.
A lot of reaction to just
Yeah.
like pick it up.
Yeah, but you have to learn your strengths,
Yeah.
and that's one of your strengths already that I see. You know, that's like me being speed or shifty. I have to work on moves because that's my strength. You know, so that's something you definitely could work on.
Yeah, I'll try to work on that.
Because a lot of women don't understand the high point in the ball.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, I did a camp in China a few months ago, in May. I did a
Okay.
camp in China, and I was telling one of the girls that I was like, you need to learn how to high point the ball and attack the ball. And as the camp went on, she started to get it and she started to do it. So I'm excited to see how she's playing when I go back out there in October.
Do you have a team back in town that you coach regularly, or it's just like go around?
When I play at home, I play one night, well, pretty much one night a week, but sometimes I play two. But we play 7 versus 7, and I don't like 7 versus 7.
I also don't like it. Like it's really hard run all the field first.
But that's all I played when I was growing up.
Okay.
So I just started playing 5s in 2020.
Okay.
So when I joined the national team was when I first started playing 5s. But that's what I like to play.
And you got more adrenaline on 5 versus 5. The
Yeah.
time, everything is like
Yeah,
go
it's much
quickly. And
faster.
7 is like, oh, you got like an hour more.
Yeah. But I had to learn 5s. And then they also have 4 versus 4. I don't know if you know.
We don't have that format here.
Yeah. It's faster than 5s.
Okay, okay.
So, but yeah, so when I go back to China, I'm excited to see like how far some of the people that was at the clinic, how they doing ever since, you know. Some of the guys, what I saw was the guy tell us like, he see people from the US doing certain things and he's trying to run routes and I'm like, bro, don't do that. They just do that for YouTube.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. Or for TikTok
yeah,
clips.
they just trying to do stuff for the camera. I'm like, that's not football. And he was like, oh. And we like started showing them the difference and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, there's some people that pressures themselves just about seeing like clips and they're like, fuck it, I'm never gonna do that. And
Yeah.
that's not it.
And for me, like I'm not a wide receiver. I play receiver, but
Okay. You don't feel like a receiver.
I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, I'm the best receiver.
Okay, yeah.
But the guy that's quarterbacking for us too, he loves me at receiver. And the routes he make me run, I didn't think I could run.
Okay.
But one of my teammates, he's the best route runner I've seen.
Okay.
And I just watch him and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just try to work on that. And that's what I did. And now when I go out there, I'm able to do all of the routes that I didn't think I was able to do. But I went out there, practiced it, and tried it.
No, you guys on the States are really explosive. When I think it was like a month ago, we went to play to Texas, and like I see the girls just like put on the
You talking about San
positions.
Antonio? You was in San Antonio?
Yeah, in San Antonio. They just did like.
You played?
Yeah, but I don't know if we were on the AFMX team. We were like.
No, I know, but
You were there?
I was refereeing.
Ah, okay. No, I didn't see you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just refereeing 7s.
Yeah.
So.
Ah, okay, that's why. Because we play 5s. It was a crazy week because it was my brother's graduation from college. So I flew to Texas on Thursday, flew back on Saturday, and then just directly from the airport to the
Field.
party. No, to the party, and then go back to the airport, and then directly to the field. I was like feeling really dead. And
Yeah,
it
you
was-
love football too much.
Yeah, yeah. And I also love my brother. I couldn't skip his graduation from college.
Yeah, I would have skipped the tournament. And I'd have been with
I thought
my
about
brother.
that, but I was like, dude, I want to go also to the.
You
play.
made both happen.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was on the field dying, and it was really hot on Texas.
Yeah, it was.
I
It was
don't know.
burning up.
It was like a
It was
lot
burning
of.
up. Yeah, that was in June or May.
I think it was May.
May. Towards the end of May, like the second to last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I was out there. You was there?
Yes.
You played?
Yes.
How did you do?
It was a different experience.
That's your first time in the States playing?
Playing, yes.
Were they more physical?
You guys are really explosive to run routes. Like,
Oh.
I saw the girls just doing one step really slow and then getting a high speed, crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard to cover, but also I would not say you play aggressive, but like in general, you're really like looking forward for the ball,
have
and
to-
you can just jump and be like,
So y'all need to go in January to Tampa, to
Okay.
Tampa Bay. That's like the big tournament that we have. It's like y'all federation tournament,
okay,
and it's a lot of teams, a lot of different formats, but you'll see a big difference in how competitive it is.
if you send me the dates, I would love it. I always love going to the
Okay.
fields, seeing the matches, even if I don't play, but it's always
Yeah,
fun to
it's-
watch.
That's when it's the most competitive. That's like the top tournament. So
There's a lot of new young athletes that are crazy, jumping high speed, good hands.
I saw this
Seems
high
like they-
schooler. I was in Jacksonville a few
Okay.
weeks ago for the Jaguars, and this high schooler, they was doing a flag pulling drill, and he jumped over his head. Like how they doing tackle?
You were like, what?
He just jumped over his head. He was like, "Watch this." So I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Okay.
And then he went and he just jumped right over the kid's head, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, the new level that kids are getting, it's
This kid was no
way too
taller than
crazy.
me, and he jumped over this other kid's head. Like the other kid probably was her height,
Yeah.
and the kid was my height. Like we're almost the same height. We're not that big. He jumped over his head. I said, "Oh my
like,
god!"
what?
The kid
Yeah,
went to pull a flag, and he just jumped over him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Things that are coming are crazy.
Yeah.